Welcome back, everyone. Derch here, and today I wanted to talk about allegiance. Allegiance runs are something that the community has really loved for a long time, and Borderlands 4 has done this better than any other game we have seen. And I had a few negative videos, and I want to talk about something really positive for a change. Because I don't know if they did this on purpose. I didn't ever hear them talking about this in pre-release. You think it's something they would have bragged about a little bit, but they didn't. Instead, you know, it's just something we discovered or kind of noticed. But yeah, this is something that's been, like I said, massive to the community, at least since I can remember for Borderlands 2. I don't remember if people did it a lot in Borderlands 1. I'm sure they did. But kind of as Borderlands 2, I wouldn't even say as it started to age, it was just something in it. And Allegiance runs, what they are, is running the game with one manufacturer. And with this, it's just an additional like challenge you put on yourself or just brand loyalty. It's just a fun extra thing you do. And in Borderlands 2, it was challenging because we have all these slots, but a lot of these you couldn't fill. So like you guys know, I love my Jacobs, and I'll be doing some Allegiance stuff with other brands. But in Borderlands 2, there was no Jacobs grenades. And I know I should have a different grenade here, a crit one, but I just can't get a damn crit knife on this character. And I'm almost level 50 where I got a few of them. So whatever, I found this one. So I just threw this on for the video. Yeah, so we didn't have Jacobs grenades. Now we finally do. Another pain point was our relic slot. So I would often cheat on this. All relics were Anshin brand. So if you were doing Allegiance run, you couldn't use relics. Now there were the manufacturer relics in Borderlands 2 that were just focused one on each brand. And they had a few different passes. So like Jacobs, it was like recoil, I think magazine or reload. There's no damage ones on there. But I would often throw one of those and kind of soft cheat. Shield wise, we didn't have any basic Jacobs shields. And eventually we got the Rough Rider. But if you're doing a Jacobs Allegiance run with a new character, you couldn't pick up the Rough Rider until 27-ish or something. It was like late 20s, almost the end of normal mode. So you just have to play without a shield. And then you have to go back and re-farm them all the time, which was also a pain because the game doesn't scale with you in True Vault Hunter or normal. So you just have a shield getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and that really sucked. And then there's class mods. Class mods in this game don't have brands, so technically you can use them unless you want to be a super purist. And now we even have rep kits in every brand. So this is awesome. We have all these slots. And outside the class mod that doesn't have brands, everything comes in every brand. So doing Allegiance runs just became way cooler because now I can do all this stuff. And you could even potentially kind of stretch to the limit and say if it's got a licensed parts, it's Jacobs. And that would really open up the weapons you could use doing a Jacobs Allegiance run. So, you know, right here, I've got the Hot Slugger, the Boom Sling. I've got a handful of Jacobs legendaries all on level. And this isn't like an ideal. Oh shit, I just leveled up too. Dope. Keep going down here. Yeah. So let's just I've been doing too much Bonnie and Clyde. Let's snipe some of these suckers. Actually, this gun's kind of slow. Maybe let's do some pistol action. So, like, all this stuff can be very effective. As I'm not having a hard time with these guys. Well, I might just switch to this because I fucking love this gun. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is just so awesome being able to go full Jacobs you know, shield, grenade. Just the entire loadout. And this is one of those things that is going to, especially if we get some content, more content to do, really going to add to endgame. Because we can play around. And we can, like, just do these things. And sometimes these are fun to, like, force you to do things you wouldn't normally do. So, like, I'm kind of excited eventually when I've got some more characters leveled up and some things, like, do an Order Allegiance run with a character. And, like, force myself into Order and Ripper, since those are the new brands and I haven't, like, touched them that much. You know, so these are things that I'm super pumped for. Where are these guys? God, this gun is so good. Guys, the assault rifle side is even better than the shotgun. I didn't realize that when I was doing my video on it, but holy crap, it is. All right, so let's switch up since we've been doing a lot of that gun. My old friend Hot Slugger. Ooh. But yeah, this is just so feasible now. I guess some people might be negative on it if they say, like, oh, it's cool that we had more things taken away, so we had to make choices. Personally, I love not having to be so restricted. I get it's a restrictive play mode, but, like, I want to be able to use a grenade. All this legendary grenade is not it. I like that it's 7 charges, but I mean, it's nice for melee because it increases your movement speed. But yeah, it's so cool. Borderlands 4, I think, is going to be the ultimate Allegiance game. We're just kind of not there in the life cycle that, like, this is something people are focusing on yet, because this is usually something that comes a little bit slower. But, like, even here, if I'm doing a Jacob's Allegiance, hey, this has got a Jacob's license part. Can I use this and get a cryo Torg automatic Ripper Torg pistol? Like, that's just freaking cool. But yeah, if I just want to stick to, like I said, the Jacobs, I can fill out all, not 8, 9 slots now. This game is more. Yeah, super pumped about it. Yeah, I think like a Tediore builds with Rafa would be really fun. I don't know where, like, the Order stuff is going to fit in best. Like, the Order stuff might fit in best with, like, a Vex bleed build. Because those charge ups, you can just get massive bleeds going. So maybe that's where Order fits. Ripper, I mean, I guess Ripper, you could go like Harlow. Ripper, you could really go anyone. I think those, yeah, we haven't used a lot of those. Vladoff, you go everybody. I mean, any of these, you can go anybody. That's the fun thing. Where Borderlands 2, like, Hyperion for Maya was super easy because you had, like, the Catcom, you had the Bee, you had, yeah, and that's really it. Shield that. There wasn't the Quasar Hyperion, so, like, you had good Hyperion grenades for her. So it's like that was super easy, where Jacobs, you were super limited, or like Maliwan was pretty easy for Maya because you had a bunch of good Maliwan stuff too. Same with the Vladoff. A lot of these were really easy, but other ones were really restrictive and harder to do and a little bit less fun. Because of that, even though I had a fun time doing Jacobs ones. But anyways, yeah. I haven't heard anybody talk about Allegiance runs yet for Borderlands 4. I know I've had a couple of negative videos in a row, so I thought it would be fun to, yeah, talk about Allegiance runs in that. So who are you most excited to play as with which Allegiance runs, or have you done any of them yet? You know, let me know in the comments. There's some battles going on down there. I might get in on this. Nope. I got to do a video on this sniper too. The Borstel is by far my favorite, but this thing's got some cool potential. I don't know who's fighting them over there, but anyways, That's all I got for you guys in this video. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you later. Bye.